8:37 at iFiber 1, and good morning to you. It's Daybreak here as we dive deep into a wonderful conversation with the Port of Shelton with Dick Taylor and Wendy Smith. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you both here. And summer is upon us. And,
well, you got to wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, officially.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Tomorrow's the first day of summer.
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be the longest day?
It's the longest day of the year.
So it's going to be
solstice,
light outside until 11?
From
No.
probably
No.
Downhill from here, though.
It stays
Downhill.
lighter out here than California.
And it-
Oh, yeah, it does.
10 o'clock at night, the sun's still
Yeah.
out.
Isn't that nice?
Or
And
setting.
you'll notice soon, too, that it changes quick. It'll all
Yeah.
of a sudden you'll be like, oh, wait, it's dark. all of a sudden.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. pretty
In
cool.
August, you start to feel it already.
Do we do the time change?
Oh, yeah, we'll fall back.
Fall back.
We still got plenty
Spring
of time
ahead.
going on
Okay,
here.
good.
So we got lots of things happening as summer warms up on the decommissioned, inactive runway at Sanderson Field. I'm hearing reports of all sorts of fun things coming up to Sanderson Field. Tell us a little bit about how the progress on these things, how it's working with these groups and stuff like that.
Well, I think I spoke about this before, but we did a little different this year. We actually gathered all members of the groups that were current users and potential users of our inactive runway back in, I think it was early October, late September, early
fall.
October, somewhere in there, and just really kind of let them sit around and pick dates and put names on the calendar, and it was a great meeting. That was
good.
really helpful. They really loved it, and we organized it to where they can contact each other. So if somebody cancels and says, hey, we couldn't get enough people, then they can put that out to the other members. So them working together, because a lot of times,
very cool. Yeah.
and a lot of them use it on the weekends, and we're not there in the office, so it helps them and helps us, and so
That's perfect.
So we've come a long way in this, but heating up in the summer. I mean, we just get, from the Western Washington Car Club that have been users for years. They're coming soon. We have a new user, Bridge City Auto Club. I think they're out of Portland. I could be incorrect, but I'm pretty sure they were out of Portland, and they just heard about our group. Another autocross. They set up cones and they do, their various autocross functions. The biggest thing going on this year is the concert, and I think you've had Eric on your show, and so we're really excited to see how this turns out and
That'll be fun.
how it works. I think it should be fun. I think the biggest thing is is this something we want to get into? Is this going to happen more in the future, or is this kind of a one-time trial to see how things go? But sounds like a really great event with some great bands.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Saturday, July 21st is this one. So when it comes to a concert venue setup like that, do the clubs rent? Because there's going to be massive setup, obviously. You got the stage and lights and all this, and also with Oyster Fest. Do they block out weeks at a time for their rental, or is it kind of like a car club where it would be a day use?
So Oysterfest does a couple weeks. They do, set up and take down. But for Eric, I want to say, and I think he's got some takedown days after, but it's not a full week, I don't think. I want to say it's maybe just Friday. Not totally positive on that, but it's not a week. Yeah, he's pretty in and out. He's done this for a long time, so I think he knows.
Yeah, they're professionals at setting that up and tearing it down real quick, probably, I'm sure.
So one of the biggest things we've been dealing with any of these groups, and not a lot of them use these, but are the big canopy tents that they use. Unfortunately, when those are put up and they're so large that if you have any kind of wind, which we often do, they'll stake those into the pavement. And that's taking its toll, really bad.
Use some bags, maybe.
Well, we're
big bags.
Yeah,
On the
so we're
edges,
looking. We're looking for new ideas, and we're thinking that ecology blocks may be the way to go. Then we use ecology blocks, so we could have some out there. The biggest user, of course, is Oyster Fest. But we have other users, and some months it's not okay to have your tent in the grass. It's too muddy, and so we understand all the things. But it's going to take its toll, and that runway, because it is inactive, it is
They
decommissioned.
actually screw it into the concrete.
They stake them in. So then the fissures, it just over time. So FAA won't fund that run. It's not an FAA fundable until such time as it's used for aviation, whether it's hangars or you have it. So Yeah, so that's become an issue that we're looking at, and we've actually been in discussions with Oysterfest as our biggest user to, let's kind of see how this works, try these different things. And same things with, fires. When you have camping events and people are staying out there, there's a real fire concern if they're, having their little above ground fire. We've kind of always thought above ground fire is okay.
Right.
We're moving towards just propane. So, so we're making a few of these changes to kind of, see what happens, see how it, but I would hate to see, all of a sudden everything catches on fire from some event, we have small scale. So
I mean, the camping from Oysterfest, it is that portion of the weekend has really increased. I mean, people come from all over and they are there.
Yeah.
If you say you can start coming in at 12, there is a line at 12
There
of
is.
RVs ready to come on in.
I typically walk the property, and so when I'm out walking, I just see all these motorhomes lined out the whole place. Yeah, so
And it's not about restricting fun with an open wood fire.
No,
It's about
no.
protection,
Safety, yeah.
for everybody.
And there's been times when we, our maintenance crew has been out cleaning after an event. The users have to clean, but if they don't clean enough, we're out there doing it, and then we charge the group.
Right.
But there's been times when they have found, a couple logs sitting over somewhere that are still burning, and so it can be scary. Now, Oysterfest is a little different. It's October. It's not quite as dry, and but mid-July is going to be. It should be hot. So beyond the inactive runway use, we're kind of excited to say that we often partner with State Patrol, and they use our roadways for training for their cadets, and they mark off that they're pulling cars over and they're doing traffic control and stuff, and it's really fun to see, and it's helpful. And I guess this last weekend we had City of Shelton police out there, and so they were using the roadways, and I think it was either Saturday or Sunday, one of our inactive runway groups saw that, and so that's how we knew about it, because again, we're not there, but we're happy to we just think that's a great use of those, the property.
Sure.
It's kind of off the beaten path, but they can set up their courses and stuff, so it's kind of a good spot. And
some good roads. I mean, you can. It's a good touring road.
And actually, all we ask is that they just let us know.
Yeah.
It's not just so we can But yeah, I think their presence is fantastic there, because I think last year we had some not so good users out there that were just kind of squirreling around in cars and various things. So yeah,
burning rubber out there.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, we can tell your age when you're talking things like that.
Right.
What else is going on? Anything happening up at the Johns Prairie area?
We're just finishing that, that curb project at the northernmost site, and so the walls are coming on, and we're doing a few things up there. So we poured they actually poured some concrete to raise the floor on one end of that building, that kind of thing. So that's coming right along. I think it was like a 70-day project, so should be.
No restaurant yet, though?
No restaurant yet.
I want a surf and turf out there.
There you go. There you
go. Very nice. Yeah. Well, we'll continue on, and you can always find out more information on the Port of Shelton's website. We'll put the links there in the show notes. And busy times up at the inactive runway as we get ready for some concerts. It'll be really interesting to see how it'll all play out.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Dick Taylor, Wendy Smith, good to see you guys.
You
good
too.
to be here.
Have enjoyed the sunshine.
Yes,
we will.
Absolutely.
It's 8:47 now.